So, you play iRacing, but all you have is your wheel and pedals attached to your desk. And you can't afford a fancy base with triple ultra-wide monitors with motion and haptic feedback. What else can you do? Get a VR headset. VR is definitely the best way to be immersed in sim racing without having to spend hundreds if not thousands of dollars on a sim rig. However, it can still be quite expensive depending on which headset you get, but I believe the best bang for your buck VR headset is the MetaQuest 3. Coming in at just $500 brand new, this headset has a lot to offer. It's cheap, well, cheaper than a lot of the other headsets out there, while still packing a good punch. It's standalone and it uses all the newest tech Meta has to offer. So I mean, what's not to love about this headset? Quite a few things actually. For starters, the head strap stinks. It's uncomfortable and can slide off your head easily. The battery life also stinks, and if your PC can't handle the power, it's not gonna run good while racing, most likely resulting in you crashing. But I'll cut the Quest 3 some slack on the last one because that's with all VR headsets. If your PC can't run VR, it's always gonna look like trash. But this video is not to deter you from buying a Quest 3. Quite the opposite. I have a Quest 3 and I use it for iRacing. This video is more of a warning for things that you're most likely going to encounter while racing with this headset. For me, my biggest problem with the Quest 3 was the jitteriness and shakiness. In some races it ran fine, in others it would shake and freeze, causing me to crash into a wall. This issue can be fixed by going into your settings and lowering down your graphics. However, it's not a complete fix. If you haven't updated your graphics drivers in a while, or you're running a poor setup where your computer's just not strong enough to handle the power, it could result in this freezing and shakiness or even crashing happening. Another way to fix this issue is by going into your MetaQuest app on the PC and lowering your settings from 120 Hz to 172 Hz and lowering other settings as well. Remember, this issue is largely PC based, so if you're having trouble, just lower down your graphics and it should fix the issue. Unfortunately, when you buy this headset, battery life will be a concern. The headset itself is very powerful and can compete with the top contending headsets that cost thousands of dollars. However, the battery life is very poor, coming in around 2 hours max depending on which game you play, and iRacing definitely demands a lot of power. Well, there's all the bad stuff, but what about the good? Well, like I said before, it's cheap, coming in around $500 brand new, and you can definitely get yourself a used one for $300. It's powerful, having all the new tech Meta has to offer, including increased resolution and pancake lenses. It's easy to connect, and all you have to do is download the app and connect. I used to have this problem where I have to restart my computer and restart my headset, unplug it and plug it back in just to get it to connect, but they updated that, so it's working now, which it's good because it means it's getting consistent updates. And like I said before, if you have a good enough PC, it will run very well. I'm able to push 72 frames per second and I'm running on an RTX 3050. You could easily get 90 to 100 frames per second running a more powerful system. And I have not even mentioned the Quest 3S, which has the same exact power but lacks the pancake lenses. I firmly believe the Quest 3 is the easiest way to get immersed without having to break the bank. But what do you guys think? Tell me down in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Shut up. But what do you guys think? Tell me down in the comments. Oh my god, I'm gonna really beat the crap out of this kid. This kid is sitting right next to me recording the whole freaking time. Get out of here. Oh my gosh. What was that, King? But what do you guys think? Tell me down in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.